You treat it like a job, it'll pay you like a job. It's a little bit of luck. I mean, absolutely. Like everybody who's like, I want to do social media, it's a lot of luck, but more than anything else, it's consistency. It's grinding. It's putting in that time and going. A lot of people, I see people do videos and then they give up because they're like, well, that one went really well. Why didn't that one go well? I don't know, but I'm going to make 5 more and maybe one of the 5 goes well.
Yep.
I see a lot of people putting a lot of work on production, or they're afraid to remake a video. I can't tell you how many, of the ones that had gone well, I didn't repost them. I'm like, hey, this is relatable, so I'll just make it again.
Right.
I got 10 minutes between pulling up to work. I'm pulled up to work. I'm gonna get my stuff together. Hey, I can hold my phone for 15 seconds and look at the camera and say it and then post. And it stayed that way probably for about 6 months or so. And then I don't know what happened. I really don't, but it stayed that way for about 6 months or so. And my wife, when we started getting some traction, I speak so highly of my wife because she really is the brains of this whole operation. Like none of this would be happening if it wasn't for her, because she didn't even have TikTok downloaded on her phone for the first, 6-7 months until I think, she started seeing, hey, there are people getting paid to do this.
Yeah.
So TikTok sent me the monetization thing, like, hey, we could pay you to do this. You want to fill out this, fill out this form, fill out this. And she looked at it and made sure it was all legit and that we weren't, going to get scammed or anything. But it turned into that. And then, I started doing more videos because I'm like, hey, if they're going to pay me. And at the time, I'm like, if they're going to pay me $100 a month to just be goofy and just be myself, great. If they're going to pay me more, even cooler. And it turned into one of those things where, hey, we're not gonna have to worry about working overtime this week because, hey, I got like $1,000 coming from TikTok for some reason. Like, that's really cool. And I had gained a following and started doing things like that. That's when merch came in because people started asking me, hey man, like mostly friends and stuff like that were like, if you had a sticker or like a t-shirt or something, like that'd be cool. I didn't know how to do any of that. My wife didn't know how to do any of that, but she's one of those ones that, fake it till you make it, hustle always. I was at work and she bought the things, like a Cricut machine,
right.
And she's like, I'm just gonna make a couple stickers. And you can give them to your friends out. Cause I asked her for stickers and she bought a Cricut machine and a couple things like that. And, that night I'm at work and she's making stickers. So then next thing we know, we have stickers. And then I start talking about working night shift, because there's a big difference between day shift and night shift. And I had always been on night shift. So I started talking about the silly stuff that happens at night shift. Like, it is a different crew. We are the HR violation crew. We are the OSHA violation crew. If you want something done, get it done at nights because we can get more done with less people. And, it's like a crock pot of craziness. Night shift is those people where you got 60-year-old dudes being best friends with 19-year-old dudes, because like it really is. It is corporate craziness. So I started talking about these night shifts, and that started moving. So we started making night shift stickers. And then, the end all be all, which honestly, it was right around 2024, maybe. It was right during the election, and everybody was so divided. And social media became just so divided and so hateful. And everybody was just, and I think it was the CMAs or something. I don't know. Reba was hosting the CMAs, and I thought it would be funny because you see all these political videos coming out, and I thought it would be funny. And I did a video that basically said, I think, with the country being so divided, there's one thing that we can all agree on. Dolly Reba 2024. Make America fancy again. I said it. used a little clip of Reba at the beginning of it, and I held up a sticker because I never will ask people to buy my stickers. I'm huge on subliminal advertising, and a lot of it too is I don't want to pay Facebook to advertise. So like, because I don't want to be that guy who's like, please buy my merch, please buy my merch. So I would just hold them up. And I just hold them up. So I held up a sticker that said Dolly Reba 2020, Dolly Reba 2024, making America fancy again, something to that extent, and went to work. And by 11 o'clock, my wife is calling me, and she goes, I'm going to need you to come home. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you just, whatever it is that you're doing, come home. And I come home, and we didn't know how to do orders. We didn't know how to do any of this. We had put it on Etsy and a couple other places. And she has got, if there was 500, it was less. I mean, when I tell you that the entire living room is now covered with shipping labels and everything that needs to happen for these orders, thousands of them laid across the living room floor, and she's in a pool of tears because we have a Cricut machine that makes 6 stickers at a time. It takes about 8 minutes to make them, and it only is doing 6 at a time. And a lot of these orders have 20 stickers. Yeah. And she's like, and I didn't know, and we didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, how are we going to make this work? So the next day I go, she goes and buys another Cricut machine. At least now we can make more than 8 at a time. And it got to a point to where between the night shift stickers and the HR stickers and these Dolly and Reba stickers, it was like every other day we were getting more and more orders. And I would go to work and, make a video. I'd go to work, come home from work, and we were packaging stickers. Before I left for work, I was packaging stickers. And again, the relatability is, I think, what made it happen. But I've talked to other people, and I'm like, why did you guys buy stickers from us? We didn't know what we were doing. And they're like, because you never asked. You weren't pushing us to buy your merch. We were supporting a small business because we saw you doing what you did, and you cared, and you talked so highly of your wife and the hustling and the small business. And when we started making a little bit of money off of merch, we always invested in making sure we had a better product. We went from having 3 Cricut machines running to spending, I laugh at it, and sure my wife is going to watch and go, it doesn't cost that much. But we bought a Honda Civic, basically, of a printer. It showed up on a pallet. It's huge. Allegedly, it's the best of the best thing, because any money that we had made, it's not like we were going out and buying new cars and, crazy fancy, like we knew, because we had been broke, that like, hey, this could stop tomorrow. And I want to build something that if it does stop tomorrow, maybe we could do something else.
Yeah.
That's always been our mindset with the stickers and the merch, is like, if it stops tomorrow, hey, I still have a print shop. I still have the best thing that I would need to be able to do this. And I have a print shop, and by making our own merch, I'm not going to overseas. I have, my profits are there. Now, yes, I have to put in the work, and my wife has to put in the work, and we have to package them and do everything, but all of it is in-house. The design, the print, the everything, the shipping is all done in-house, and we're not paying anybody else to do it. It's a job, and it's made it to where we could do that. And so honestly, one day, like I said, there's things everywhere. We've got, stickers everywhere. My boss, God love him, said, dude, you got to go help your wife. He was like, I don't understand what you're still doing here, because I'm sleeping like 4 hours a day.
Yeah. Because
I'm helping her in the morning. I'm coming home from work and I'm helping her. We're packaging, we're busy. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I gotta make money for my family. And he's like, why? Like you could come and do this whenever. He's like, you can come and work in a factory forever, but all the stuff that you're talking about, all the stuff that you talk about, retirement and self-reliance and being able, he's like, you're doing it now. So yeah, like my wife and my boss were the people who were like, you need to do this full time. You need to quit your job and bet on yourself and do this full time. So shout out to both.
What was stopping you from doing that? Fear, just fear of the unknown?
Fear of the unknown. Always, I mean, I think so much of us get so comfortable in those jobs. Like we will sit and be the people who are like, screw this job, I hate this job. Like, God, I would quit today. We're still going to go back tomorrow. Yep. You're still going to go back tomorrow. I mean, I've worked with people like that my entire life. I've been that guy. God, I hate this place. Still going back tomorrow. Yeah. God, this place just drives me crazy. Like they're hiring anybody. The management is stupid. I can do 1,000% better than he is. You get turned down for a promotion. Still gonna go back tomorrow. Yeah. Because it's that consistency. It's making the money. Like we are all, like I said earlier, we're all hard programmed as men to, or at least most of us, that, man, I got to provide for my family, man. My stuff's on pause. I got wife and kids. I got to keep a roof over their head. I got to make sure they're fed. Little man needs braces. I got to make sure my wife is taken care of. I got to put the idea of that consistent check. All you got to do is show up and work. Yep. That's what I think holds so many of us back from chasing those dreams, man. I mean, we all were little kids that wanted to grow up to be baseball players, basketball players, comedians, whatever. None of us dreamed, on career day, like, hey, back in kindergarten on career day, what do you want to be when you grow up? Would be middle-aged and grumpy. That's what I want to be. None of us wanted that, man. We all wanted to be astronauts or wrestlers or cowboys or whatever it was. And somewhere along the line, we get conditioned to this idea that, like, if you don't automatically achieve your dream, sorry, like it's just gone for you. Like, you didn't achieve it in a timely manner, so don't even try to chase it anymore. Go and do this. And honestly, that's what scares me about so many of the guys that I know, and just even corporate America now. It's like nobody is happy doing what they're doing. They find little bits of happiness off of their family or X, Y, and Z. But I guarantee you could pull anybody from any factory or construction site and ask them what do they really want to do. They're not going to tell you this. No. They want to make the money, and they understand that, like, hey, I got to make the money, and I might be the best concrete layer or brick layer or whatever it is, and this pays me really well. But I mean, every guy I've ever met with calluses on his hands would much rather be doing something else.
Absolutely. You touched on something super important for anybody that has that dream of doing something else. When that opportunity presents itself, you got to go after it, because, like you said, say it flopped, it didn't work, whatever happened, you could go straight back to the factory, get another job, and finish doing what you were doing. A little bit of time lost, maybe you lost a little money, but who knows? If you wouldn't have went after that opportunity, then you'd still be plugging away at the factory.